Listen to that sizzle. Today we're doing sausage and mashed potatoes, or as you would say in Britain, bangers and mash. What makes this super easy is I baked it in the oven. Now I used an enamel-coated cast iron baking dish. I sprayed it with a non-stick cooking spray, and then I added some olive oil. I started this on top of the stove, but it still was a super easy recipe. Now I could have used my enamel-coated Dutch oven with the lid, and that would have eliminated any issue with the liquid cooking off, but I had enough liquid and this did come out fine. Now this is Italian sausage from Aldi, and they carry one of our local manufacturers that makes Italian sausage. If you wanted to be authentic, you could get the actual sausage they use in bangers and mash. My local market, one of my local market, Fresh Market, does carry that type of sausage, but I had this on hand, so that's what I'm using today. Now to the sausage, I added some finely chopped onion, sauteed that for a couple of minutes, and then I had some yellow pepper, so I put that in as well. Sauteed that with the onion for a minute or two, just to get a little bit of color on the onion and the pepper. This dish really did cook up very quickly because most of the work was done in the oven. Now, as I'm sure it's happened to all of you at some point, you thought you had something in the fridge or the pantry that you didn't have. Well, I thought I had frozen peas and carrots, and that was what was going to go in here, but I didn't. So I ended up using a frozen mixed vegetable, so it had peas, carrots, and green beans. Now I mixed them in, and now it was time for the beef stock. Now I had some stock in the fridge that I had used a little bit out of it, so probably what was left was possibly 2.5 cups. Now to a half a cup of that stock, I added 3 to 4 tablespoons of flour, heaping tablespoons, and I shook that up in a container till it was mixed and poured it over the top. Now this pretty much covered everything. As you can see, I'm mixing it around. You see everything is submerged. I'm just warming it up, finished warming it up on the top of the stove. The sausage is not fully cooked yet. It's going to finish cooking in the oven as well as the vegetables. Okay, everything's bubbling nicely, and now I'm going to put it into a 375-degree oven. I believe that's what I use, 375, but ovens vary, so, adjust accordingly. You just want to make sure everything gets fully cooked. Now, in my oven, it took about 35-40 minutes for it to really get cooking and bubbling in the oven. And I took it out and I temped the sausage, and they were fully cooked, and I tested the vegetables, and they were also cooked. You want to make sure everything gets fully cooked and that your liquid doesn't cook off, because that's what makes it great with your mashed potatoes. So here it is, out of the oven, my sausage, or if you want to say it the British way, bangers and mash. Look at the sizzle. You can hear it, and believe me, you can smell it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, an easier way of making a classic, and until next time.